color e-reader screens. The newest thing, and this is the newest product from Kobo, the Kobo Clara Color. Tech it before you wreck it. What's up, geeks? I'm Kirk, and this is cool. This is the more budget-friendly model they just announced from Kobo, the Clara Color. Now, it doesn't work with the stylus, but it does have a color screen. So if you're looking for something more affordable, but you like the idea of an e-reader with a color e-ink screen, this might be exactly what you're looking for. So I'm gonna unbox it and show you kind of my first hands-on so you can see what the screen actually looks like, how the interface works. Let's get this thing over to the table.
So here it is, the Kobo Clara Color, the European spelling of color. Color, I like that. And you see the front of the box has got a picture of the tablet, kind of designed to look like a book. See the linen texture on the box. Of course, it's made with recycled plastic. They're sure to point that out. But see that linen look? It kind of looks like a book. And then on the other side of the box, they made it look like pages. Kind of cool. If you put this on a bookshelf, it'll look like a book. Pretty neat. On the back, you've got an indication of what's in here. You've got the e-reader, you've got the instructions, and the USB-C cable. You've got these icons, a 6-inch screen, water resistant, you've got a backlight, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth. Very basic box here with minimal information, most of it represented by graphics. You've got your FCC info and stuff on the bottom, you've got your barcode on the top, and that's pretty much all you got. So let's open up the box and check out what is inside the box of the Kobo Clara Color. All right, sliding it out here, there you go. There's the device. Pretty simple looking, looks pretty nice. Looks a lot like other Kobo devices, especially before the screen is powered on, because at this point, it's just a black screen. Oh, what do you think? Should we peel off the plastic and just jump right into that? I say we do, because this is always my favorite part. So rewarding. Ah, there you go. And there's the screen. Looks, again, a lot like other Kobo devices. I'll power this on in just a second, but I want to see what else is inside the box. And you can see right behind the Kobo e-reader, we have the standard instruction manual in a gazillion languages. And not much going on here, honestly. This is a lot like the instruction manual for the Libra. If you want to check out that review, I'll link that in the description. We did a full video on that as well. But here you go. It's got graphic representations and basic instructions on how to charge this thing. The fact that it's recycled, made with ocean-bound plastic. Okay, this is good. You've got the legal paperwork. Let's move on from this. Inside the box. So yeah, there's not much here. You basically have an empty box piece here, nothing there. And then you've got the USB-C cable down in this little pouch at the bottom. And it is a very standard USB-C cable with the Kobo branding on it. You know, this is what you'd use to plug it into your computer. You'd use this to plug it into a charging block. They do not include a charging block in either of their new e-readers, the Libra or this one, the Kobo Clara. Okay, so here is the e-reader itself, and it's made out of plastic, feels like plastic, but I do like the texture on the back. It's got a really cool feel to it. There's the power button as they place it on the back. You can see a little bit of branding here. You've got your technical specs or important information on the back there. On the top, it's blank. On the right-hand side, it's blank. On the bottom, you've got your USB-C port. And that's pretty minimal, just a port in the bottom. The other side, it's empty. There's no buttons on the side here. It's just a very simple e-reader, but the screen is a touch screen, so you don't really need buttons. You can just use the touch screen to flip those pages and navigate the menus. So why don't we do this? Why don't I push the button? See the lights on right there? So I've pushed the button, it's powering up. We're gonna give it a second because it is booting up from a cold start here after being in the box, and there you go. There's that color screen. That's kind of cool. Like a little bit of a map pops up there as it's booting up. And you can see immediately the main menus here that look familiar if you've used a Kobo before. But look at the color. Look at it pop. And someone asked me on my comments from my previous video about the Libra what this screen looks like without the backlight turned on. So I'm going to slide the backlight. You've got this natural light setting, which changes the tone of the backlight from a more yellow, I think, to a blue color. But let me turn the brightness of the backlight all the way down, essentially turning the backlight off. And now you can see what the color screen, the color e-ink screen looks like. I think the colors actually pop a little bit more. I think it looks pretty good with the backlight turned off. We don't need the backlight because I've got plenty of lighting here on the Kobo device itself. Someone also pointed out how good of a device this would be for reading comic books. So it looks like we have an Avatar comic book here in the library upon first booting it up. So I'm going to jump into that comic book so we can see what that looks like. I mean, a normal book is still going to look black and white. And I will say the black and white representation on the screen looks as good as a normal e-ink screen. But look at the colors pop on this. I mean, they are a little bit subdued compared to maybe an iPad screen. But that's what you get. This is an e-ink screen. I think the clarity and the paper look to it kind of makes up for that. A couple of blank pages here. There we go. Let's skip through those. But you'll see, I mean, this is a comic book. This is, and it's easy to read on this screen, I think. The 6-inch screen isn't huge. It'd be nice to have a nice 10-inch screen with this color e-ink screen. But, if you're looking for something to read digital comic books, I think this might be your best option right now. In terms of an e-reader, the battery life, this is where it's at. iPad is a totally different experience. This is still an e-reader experience. And the menus are the same as the Kobo before. You slide down from the top, you'll get your recently opened books. If you tap right in the middle, you can access those menus just like before. You've got a little settings icon, you've got the 3-dot menu. The settings icon takes you to your reading settings. Nothing fancy here, but exactly what you're used to on the Kobo before. You've got, again, that little 3-dot menu, which gives you the same options you're probably used to. You've got quick access up there as well to the brightness of the backlight. I hit the button to make it full screen. Let me go back. The backlight button, there we go. And that gives you those same settings as we had before. If you want to turn the backlight back on, you'll see what that looks like. Kind of has a little bit of a yellowy look to it, but that might be the color balance of my camera more so than the e-reader itself. But I'll turn the brightness all the way back off, again, because people were interested in what that looked like. There were reports that the screen's a little bit washed out when the backlight's turned off. I don't think so. I think this thing looks great. I mean, you can slam down in the comments below and let me know what you think, but I'm actually very, very impressed with the color representation on this thing, even when the backlight is turned off. Let me go back to the main menu. I want to show you a normal book. I want you to see what that's going to look like. So here's the cover of this book, which is in beautiful color. But once you get into the book itself, it's black and white. And I don't feel like you're losing any e-ink quality at all compared to a normal black and white e-ink screen. In fact, to me, if you handed this to me on this page right here, for example, and said, does this screen look different? I would say, no, looks like an e-ink screen. You almost don't even realize it's color, but you can highlight words, and then you get the option to highlight them with different colors. So all of a sudden the colors do matter. You can see yellow, pink, blue, and green, and you've got those options. Many of these options are going to be very familiar for Kobo users before, but that color highlighting is really cool and helps that screen shine if you want to read a book and kind of annotate or at least add highlights as you read it. There you go, a first look at the brand new Kobo Clara Color 6-inch e-reader with a color screen.
So what do you think? Is this your next e-reader purchase? Do you like the Kobo devices? Have you ever tried them before? Because the interface is pretty similar, basically the same as the other Kobo devices. How do you think those compare to Amazon Kindle devices? Of course, the big name when it comes to e-ink readers. And if you like unboxings and hands-on and reviews of tech geeky stuff, if you're a geek like me, make sure you subscribe to this channel, hit that subscribe button. It helps me grow, but it also helps you find new reviews and new unboxings and new stuff here on the channel. Tech it before you wreck it. I'm Kirk.